Now, with Afrobeat's global success, it's no doubt that music is slowly becoming one of Nigeria's biggest exports. We've witnessed the genre's evolution into several expressions. Now, my guest today is no new cat. Has mastered the perfect blend of Afrobeats, R&B, and funk with his new project. Please join me in welcoming the incredible Funbi.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good to have you on the show. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Now, let's talk about this. So a lot of people that know you, maybe from 2012, MI's mixtape, you know, then collaborations with Ice Prince, Show Them Camp.
Yeah.
You know, you've been in the game for, you know.
Man, you just threw it back, man. I'll tell you.
What do you remember from back then? You know, because that was your, would I say, your emergence into the music scene.
Yeah.
What do you remember feeling at that moment?
To be honest, I was still in school back then, and everything was all new to me. So like when they told me that, oh yeah, MI wants you to do something, and when I got to the studio with MI, he played me a bunch of stuff, and I picked the beat. I'm like, that's the one I want to work on. And I don't know, there was something that just made me just write that thing like real fast, and I just laid it, and that was it.
I can imagine. MI must have been like, this man's about to be this incredible. But let me ask you, Funbi, because I know this might be a cliche for musicians, but I genuinely like to ask. Did you start in the church?
I did, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. But I didn't realize that I could sing, because in my church, everybody was in the choir, so there was nothing that kind of set me apart. It wasn't until secondary school, that I now started to, like, people kept on telling me, yo, dude, you need to take this thing seriously. And so from then on, yeah, I started recording.
Now, I mean, for someone who started music for such a long time, you've seen the growth of, you know, music before we started to call it Afrobeats. I remember the Alter era, which is honestly a point where, you know, a lot of people started to know Funbi's name more. I mean, 2017, your song, Hallelujah, was such a, you know, a big hit.
Yeah.
You know, it's still a great song, even till now.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that moment, you know, and blowing up at that time?
Yeah, the thing is, I didn't even realize that the song was going to be as big as it is.
Oh.
We were creating it, and I just felt like, man, I'm just happy that I can do this. I'm happy that I can create this music with the people that I was creating with at that time, because we were starting like this kind of new movement. We were creating new stuff that wasn't like mainstream, and it's gone on to see like a lot of people being successful from that side of things, and it's just it's just a blessing that I get to contribute.
Now, at this point, should I ask, would you say you're an Alter artist? What would you say your genre is?
In a way. I think I do a lot of fusion, so I can't really call myself an Alter artist, because the core of my music is in R&B. But I like to sprinkle a couple of other genres in there. So yeah,
we like all these spice. Definitely. So we got Serenade. In fact, not just the song, the entire project, 7-track project, which is, you know, getting to know you more as a musician. People say the first project is the hardest, you know, to put out, because you're calculating. And being a musician, there must have been a ton of songs to pick from.
Yeah.
You know, which is a crazy part about, you know, the job that you do, but you still want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, so what pushed you to put that out at that time? How was the success, and what was your plan for the next one at that time?
Yeah, I was so eager to put out a project. I know, like, people say, like, yeah, you know, a bit skeptical about putting stuff out there, but like, I was eager to put stuff out, because I've been working on it for a while. After Hallelujah came out, I've been working on it for a while with Sparks, and then SDC was also putting out stuff, and we were kind of like working together, all of us, right? And so they put out their project. I'm like, yo, I gotta get next, man. I need my project out. And and so we put out Serenade, and I'm so proud of that project, and I feel like up till today it still resonates with people. Yeah, because me personally, I like to make music that you can play like 5 years on, 10 years on, and still be able to connect to it. Yeah.
I mean, that project had Shay.
Yeah, it did.
There was Efia, of course, on the project as well. Yeah. So, I mean, you're big on collaborations, because this was your first project. Some people will come out and do a project and not have any collaboration on it, you know. Why was that important for you to collaborate?
So, for me, it's about the sound. Like, sonically, I feel like there's certain songs that I feel like would be good to have some people on. Yeah, I don't know if I should talk about my new project now, but like, you know.
Let's let it cook. Let's stir the pot.
But yeah, like, I think certain songs you need to, based on how it sounds and how it feels, there might be like an addition that would even elevate the music. And that's what I felt for the song like Body on the project Serenade, and also Ride With You, the one with Efia.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know what that song would sound like without the two of them on there.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel you. I mean, I'm here for collaborations, especially within Nigeria or Africa as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And these days we're seeing international collaborations that are blowing our minds. You know,
Big.
there's almost no limit.
Big.
Before we get into your new project, you know, who are some people that you're dying to collaborate with?
Yo, to be honest with you,
Uh-huh.
if I could get an Ed Sheeran, that would be epic.
Stop.
I feel like that would
He's
be
a-
magical.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, your voice and Ed, your writing skill, it definitely would be perfect. Do you have the song already? Maybe you're just waiting for Ed
Not
to pull
yet,
up?
not yet, not yet. I feel like I want us to be in the studio together and cook it up. Yeah. Lord
Energy.
willing, we can make that happen.
All right, so after Serenade, the project, I would say you went on a break, right? You didn't drop any music, and I'm a person who's big on mental health, you know, taking care of yourself, you know, just finding time to breathe in, breathe out, understand your next process. But really, what was that about for you?
Yeah, I lost my dad, I think a couple of years, maybe a year after, actually 2 years after Serenade. So like I needed time to really like get in the right state of mind to be able to create music and even just to be outside, because like I mean there's one thing to create the music, the next thing is to actually be in people's faces and go to all these spaces, you know, have all these conversations and try and promote your music. And at that time I don't think I was ready for that, even though there was a period where I was already creating the music and I was already building on it, but I wasn't ready to be outside like that. I did a false start with my intentions, but I didn't, like after that was released, I still didn't feel like it was the right time for me, and so I had to take another step back again.
Okay.
But yeah, like I'm good. I feel like I took the time that I needed, and I'm ready to be back out.
I mean, that's what we want to hear, that you are good and the music is out, because honestly, the fans will always be there. And plus, Nigerians, the support sometimes, you know, it's insane, because we're a lot of people. So you would always find your crowd. But I must say at this point, congratulations. Love Lost. It's a long time coming. Tell me about putting this one together and how much reception you received since it dropped.
Yeah, so Love Lost is a mix of different things, right? Because there's some songs that I had been working on for more than a year that are on the project, and there's some that are even newer. So it was like I brought like the forces of all my experiences over time, emotional, relationship-wise, put them together to kind of explain the idea of love and loss, and how sometimes we can be caught in between, and sometimes one can lead to the other, and vice versa. And so that's how it was for me. I've been in situations whereby I felt that I was, you know, feeling love, but it turned out it was only infatuation, and it turned out it was only like a physical thing.
Wow.
And then, you know, the same thing backwards. And yeah, and the songs just kind of like made sense together. There's some songs that are not on the project that I recorded that I still feel are really big songs, but I didn't put them on because they didn't fit the narrative, you know, and that's one thing that's important for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, of course, Love Lost is out. If, by the way, if you're doing no guy, go check it out. You know, and you're talking about more music. So I'm thinking, I know, is it too early to ask if there's some more music? What are we expecting next? Maybe videos for some of these songs, or any collaboration that you're about to stunt on us?
Actually, I have a bunch of visuals.
Okay.
I have visualizers for all the songs in the project that will be coming out one after the other.
Okay.
And I also have like this a 10-minute short film. It's kind of like just bringing all the songs together, because the whole project tells a story, and so like the visuals is going to be able to illustrate that more vividly for people to be able to fully understand.
I like that you said short film, because I mean we're also seeing not just music soaring, but also films in Nigeria. So it's giving Taylor Swift strategy, you know. But how is that going to work? You're going to be, of course, in it, or is it going to be entirely different actors?
Yeah.
You're going to be in it.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much just like the story of the project, right? And it just, you know, obviously like there's music in between all of that. It's just like it's like a visual illustration of the entire project. Let me just put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? We're going to just have to wrap it up here. But we're not going to close out on this without, of course, incredible performance from Funbi himself. Incredible singer, songwriter, and extraordinaire. Can I say that? You're going to be performing Distance for us off his latest project. So you know what to do. Support the culture. Go stream. Go support. And we're looking forward to seeing this dropping, of course, and the success of it, okay?
Yeah.
Of course, when anything happens, you better come back here and give us the tea.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, pleasure.